So Jake McCarthy got sent down.
Yes.
Now, it was on our show sheet. We just bumped it up a segment in which we were going to talk about whether it's time to call up Jordan Lawlar. We can still have that conversation, but that's not who's been called up by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Gambo?
No. Jorge Barosa will be the call-up. That's what I expect. The outfielder who is in the minor leagues right now and having a good season, hitting .295, 3 homers, 16 RBIs, an on-base percentage of .362, an OPS of .857. I'm expecting that with McCarthy being sent down, Jorge Barosa will be the call-up.
It does. Okay. I mean, look, I get it. We were kind of stoking the fire a little bit with the Lawlar thing. From a positional standpoint, it obviously doesn't make any sense.
Well, we can talk about him.
Oh, and we're going to. I'm just, would be bringing up an infielder for an outfielder. I'll just say this about the struggles have been very, very pronounced for Jake McCarthy. It has been a real struggle for him this year to find any kind of he's batting .073. He currently has 3 hits and 41 at-bats so far this season. He, after having an unbelievable year last year in which it felt like at times he along with Eugenio Suarez and certainly Corbin Carroll in August and September, were kind of carrying the Diamondbacks offense to a certain extent. Jake McCarthy had an unbelievable year last year. It has been a really poor start for him. He knows it. Everybody knows it. Send him down to Reno, hopefully get some confidence back and bring him back.
Yeah, he's really struggled.
But it doesn't make any sense to call up an infielder for an outfielder, and the Diamondbacks haven't done that. They've called up an outfielder in Barosa, who, he's having a good year so far down in Reno.
Yeah, Jorge Barosa is one of their better prospects. He's a young player out of Venezuela. He is only 24 years old. So signed with the Diamondbacks as an international free agent in July of 2017. So he signed when he was just like 17 years old. So he's done a great job for them. So I'm expecting no announcement yet, but I'm expecting that he will be the call-up.
Yeah, and he played 8 games for the Diamondbacks last year at the major league level. He hit a .177. He was here.
Yep.
I can't remember exactly when, but he was here and he played a little bit and didn't shine particularly well during that brief time. We'll see what kind of an opportunity gets here. Okay. So now that conversation's done,
okay, let's have it.
Let's have the Jordan Lawlar conversation, because he is just destroying the baseball right now at Reno, and he
hit a home run in Reno last night.
Went over everything.
That it should be landing in Phoenix sometime in the next hour or so.
I think he hit it to Lake Tahoe.
Right.
I mean, it just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. We don't know when, we don't know for whom, we don't know how. We can speculate all we want. Mike Hazen has gone on record and saying, look, when we call him up, it's going to be for good. We're not, calling him up and sending him back, calling him back, sending him. So they're clearly waiting for the right opportunity for that to happen. But you got to think with the numbers that he's putting up, I don't know how much longer they're going to want to wait.
The bottom of the lineup has been exposed with Marte out. So with Marte out, they've had to put Perdomo up. I always said his name. I got to take the R out of Perdomo. I can't do it. I'm trying.
Perdomo?
Perdomo.
It's not Perdomo.
I know. I just can't say it right. I just can't. Jerry. With Jerry.
Just call him Jerry. Yeah, seriously.
God, I just cannot.
Or just call him Domo.
Domo.
God,
I just can't. And I'm aware of it, and I just can't do it. The bottom of the lineup has really struggled for the Diamondbacks, with Jerry Domo having to bat up top now instead of at the bottom. They're very aware of it. It's something they're keeping their eye on. Now, Lawlar, people say, well, he's playing a lot of second base, but Marte's supposed to come back. Yes. Marte's getting closer to coming back, but the one position that Lawlar does not have a lot of experience at is second base.
Yes.
He's fine at shortstop and third. They're not worried about him on the left side of the infield. They're fine. He doesn't need to get all these reps at second and third. But he needed some reps at second, because if Marte goes down, again, they want him to be the guy. And if Marte's got to, and you may want to be careful with Marte and give him some days off here and there. And that's where Lawlar getting the experience at second base can come in handy. So no decision has been made yet to bring him up. They're very aware of how well he is doing, but they're obviously just trying to get him some experience at second base so that way, he's able to play that position as well.
His numbers, so now keep in mind, it's the Pacific Coast League. It's about as hitter-friendly as you're going to find in the minors. Yeah. So there's certain that's why pitchers who do well down there I'm always interested in, because it's a real hitters league. That being said, so far this year in 83 at-bats, 98 plate appearances in 21 games, Jordan Lawlar is hitting .325. He's got an on-base percentage of .423. He's got a slug of .627. That's an OPS of 1.049.
Jeez.
He's got 5 homers, 20 RBI, 8 stolen bases.
Wow.
He's walked 12 times. He's got 8 doubles and a triple. And yeah, to your point, he's played 12 games at second, 2 games at third, 6 games in short. Let's call this like it is. All eyes are on Eugenio Suarez. And I know what he did in the second half of last season, and I know what he did in the first week of this season, but I also know that in a matchup where the numbers were actually in his favor yesterday, Torey Lovullo gave him the day off because he really needed a day off.
Pinch hit, got an infield single.
Yeah, but he'd been swinging and missing it. Now, he had a huge home run on Friday, but he's been swinging and missing at everything. This is part of the Geno experience, part of the Geno roller coaster.
Oh, yeah, it is a roller coaster, man.
But if you feel like Jordan Lawlar can give you consistent, steady production at the position without the up and down, up and down, up and down that Geno's doing, that's the play.
Can you sacrifice the defense that Geno gives you at third base? Because he is a great defensive player.
He is a great defensive player. I think he's already got a couple errors on the season.
I still trust him. He's got a cannon for an arm.
I mean, you just talked about it. The bottom of the lineup, the bottom half of the lineup.
Bottom third of the lineup has been exposed.
And it's Suarez, and it's Gurriel, and it's Gabby, and then it's Tawa, and it's whoever's playing second base that particular day. That's the play. It's just a question of when you want to do it, when you want to commit yourself to that. Because if you believe what they say, if Jordan Lawlar is going to get called up, he's here to play every single day, right? That's the play. So who would he play every day for? Not Cattell, pardon me.
Or Caddell. Neither one of them.
Neither one of us can say the middle infielders correctly. Not Cattell, not Perdermo. But Suarez. That's the play. That's the place.
I think that Jordan Lawlar is your starting third baseman next year. This team is not going to re-sign Eugenio Suarez.
No.
He's not coming back. He's on the final year of his contract. The roller coaster ride will end. Very likely it'll end, and he'll go somewhere else and play. And he'll give the Diamondbacks 2 years. He's just holding the seat for Lawlar. And, Lawlar's still young. He's still a kid. He's still very young. What's he, 23 years old, I think?
I think, yeah.
24 years old.
22, I'm sorry. 22 or 23, yeah.
So he's still very, very young. So I think what you could do this year is you could bring him up if you could get him enough at-bats, the at-bats that Hampson is getting, the at-bats that Tawa is getting. Can you bring him up and feel better about him than Blaze Alexander? If you could get him regular at-bats, you're going to play second today. You're going to play short tomorrow. You're going to play third. Then you're going to play second, short, third. Suarez isn't going to play every day. If you feel like you can get him enough at-bats, okay, great, bring him up. If not, well, then keep letting him rake down there, and he will be a full-time player next year, guaranteed.
I don't disagree. The number of at-bats is key. He's got to make sure he gets them on a regular basis. And by the way, since he turns 23 in July, okay, so he is still just a kid.
Right.
He is still a kid. But I also don't want to... If you feel like Jordan Lawlar is the missing piece to put you over the top this year, don't wait. Don't wait. Yeah. Don't hesitate. Yeah. You know what I mean? I understand the law. I do. He is going to be the starting third baseman next year.
How many bats does he have already?
Almost 100.
See, that's the thing, right? I mean, the longer you keep, what you don't want to do is you don't want to bring him up and give him 150 at bats on the whole year.
No.
So the fact that he's already got 100 at bats in the minors.
I just don't. This season is not something to be sacrificed in the name of Jordan Lawlar's development. If he's good enough to help you play every day, win every day, be a contributor, you got to find a spot for him.
Where?
Third.
You would pull Suarez out of the lineup now.
I'm just saying. No, I'm not saying right now. I'm saying when you do it, that's the play. Whenever it is that you make that decision, that's the play.
Does it scare you that Suarez was so ice cold last year and then he got hot and he went on a tear?
Of course.
That you could be missing that?
Of course. And again, I'm not advocating doing it right now. I'm just saying it's like downloading a map when you're going on a cross-country trip, okay?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I might not be there yet, but I know that when I get to the 40, I'm going to hang a left and I'm going to go that direction.
Yeah.
when you bring up Jordan Lawlar, that's where he's going to play. He's going to play at third. It's just, can Suarez give you enough consistency there to hold him off? I don't know.
Thanks for watching Burns and Gambo. Click to see more from the guys and hit the button in the middle to subscribe so you never miss a video from Arizona sports.